Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here. We're going to go over real quick over the Legion League frequently asked questions. And these just came out right now, so let's go over these. There's been a lot of questions as to what's going on with Legion, and hopefully they address some of these in these frequently asked questions. When can we expect the changes to the map tab that specifically help standard users? 3.7. Do the new League jewels change the passive skills within the radius of the jewel in the passive skill tree, or just the keystone? We're careful to tease these in a way that helps you understand their potential over time, but I can confirm that at least one of the Legion jewels does change every single passive within the radius. Okay, so I think what this is saying is that, like, there are some Legion jewels that change all of the passives, and there's a few that only change keystones. We've seen there's a few, though, that change more than just keystone, so should be kind of neat. When can we see changes to some of the melee-based ascendancy classes? Also, we've seen a lot of non-melee reveals so far. Will we see some melee ones soon? They're putting some finishing touches on them, which is good to see. There's definitely some stuff. Are they making any balance changes for two-handed weapons? There are buffs to added damage on weapons. Improvements to many two-handed passives, and some new mechanics are available that benefit more from the higher hit damage relative to the slower base attack time of two-handed weapons. So I wonder what this means. Are they like improving the rolls on weapons? Because that could be neat. Because right now, like, multi-modding a weapon, like, for my particular build, the Shaper Fizz as extra cold is the #1 best single stat you can get on a sword, which feels really bad. It's like better than Merciless, better than Flaring. And so if they make flat damage better, I mean, that could be pretty good. Improvements to the two-hander passives is also pretty cool, because the passives right now are pretty mediocre. And I wonder what they mean by new mechanics. I think this might be the new attack modifier thing. And so they want higher hit damage with that. Attack speed modifier. Will changes to melee apply to monsters? Generally, yes. This prompted a lot of rebalance of the early campaign areas. Monsters and bosses now signal their damage better with slower windups and do more damage when they hit. So I wonder if this means that you're not going to be able to face tank Brutus anymore, but you're not going to want to. Right? Because right now, typically the strat for Brutus is like, get yourself a large life flask, get yourself a chest armor, and just stand there and spam cast or spam attack. And so I wonder if they're going to make that a non-winning, non-viable option. But with the new like level 4 movement skill they showed, Dash, that would be a possibility. They're making any changes to armor, not the core mechanics or base types. Well, there are some improvements to armor skills on the passive tree, and Molten Shell now directly rewards armor investment. This is good. Molten Shell for a very long time used to actually be bad with armor. The more armor you'd have with Molten Shell, the like shorter it'd be up. So that's good, I guess. In addition, new melee mobility improvements are a massive benefit to your defenses. That's not true. Like, melee in general doesn't have too many mobility issues. The issue is that, like, you need to be in melee in order to fight things. It's not like, oh, well, just don't get hit, forehead. It's like, you need to be within melee range of the boss. Like Cortex, for example, like, he hits in a huge freaking area. Like, that's the real problem, not the fact that you like can't get out of the way fast enough. It's just nowhere to go. Will Winter Orb survive 3.7.0 and has received balance adjustments to bring its power slightly closer to other skills. The main change being that it fires less frequently when not channeling, though there are other adjustments too. I love how these are in italics. This is a nerf. This is a nerf. So Winter Orb still gonna be perfectly fine. Winter Orb probably still be stronger than other stuff would be my guess. I'm not very happy about that. Because like when it says bring its power slightly closer to those skills, since it says slightly closer and not down to or below, Winter Orb is still going to be a major meta piece next league, which is actually good for melee because people will still be playing Warb and not everybody will be playing melee, right? And it'll keep the item cost down a little bit. Incubators can be traded, and so can items that are incubated. Will Divination card incubator drop a divination card based on the area that we're in at the time? When divination card incubator spawns the card, it does so ignoring whatever map you're on. You get a random card. Interesting. So does that mean you can drop doctors and stuff out of them, or no? Will incubation items stack? Incubators are valuable rewards from Legion content. Well, it's certainly possible to spend your currency trading for a lot of them. That's what we desire. The average player won't be overflowing with incubators. The number of kills required to trigger one generally takes a handful of maps, more for the valuable ones, so we don't expect micromanagement to be a problem. They do not stack on your items. I will have to wait and see about this. I feel like GGG underestimates how much micromanagement we end up doing, because we always end up pushing farther than normal. And they don't work with worms or other free monsters. That's good. And the kills are shared. That's awesome. If you get experience from the kill, you get an incubator credit. That's good for team play, I guess. Will there be an indication of how much time is left on the monolith? We plan to add a timer to make it clear how much time is left. Okay. Does the monolith effect always last for the same duration? It lasts for a bit longer in early game and slightly shorter in the late game. This is good. Like right now they're showing 17 seconds, and that seems like a long time. Is it possible to free all the Legion monsters before the effect wears off? It's possible for a sufficiently powerful build running into a set of monsters that are all close together. We don't think it'll be likely in early league. Note that you actually have to deal enough damage to the monsters to break them out. So it's quite tricky to to hit all the many monsters that hard in that short of a time. Despite this, I somehow suspect I'll be watching Twitch with a concerned look on my face as someone manages to do exactly this, as it's not unusual for the community to exceed our expectations. Ah, surprise, surprise. Does breaking an enemy out trigger on-kill effects? Generally speaking, we've tried where possible to have these on-kill effects trigger. These have had to be added on a case-by-case basis, so we have hit the most popular ones first. There's several technicalities like corp destruction effects not occurring. If we miss some cases, we'll look into practicality of solving these post-release. Patch notes when? I just asked her. They'll be posted on the evening of Tuesday, June 4th. Oh, we're getting them one day early. Nice, man. Nice. That is fucking awesome. If you missed, we strongly recommend checking out the latest Bay Class episode with Jonathan, where he talks a lot about the melee combat system. And also, Chris will be going on Bay Class again. But yeah, so that's the FAQ. Pretty good, man. Alright guys, there's been a new post here with improved visual representation for attack range in Path of Exile Legion. So let's take a quick peek at this. Whoa! Okay. Maybe my concerns about melee splash were a little unfounded. Seems pretty good. It's like, oh, low range. I wonder what this means though. What does high weapon range mean? And does this like scale with like base types? And it's like as you get better weapons, your weapon range will go up. It's so big. So gigantic, man. Also, I want the ability to drop your HUD completely like this, right? I actually don't like that they dropped the HUD for this. Pretty freaking cool though.